carnivores, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you another genius yet delicious carnivore recipe. It's flatbread and you only need 2 ingredients. And the beauty of this recipe is that you can turn this one dish into so many dishes. You can make sandwiches, you can put whatever toppings and sauces on this flatbread. I personally love it with some butter smeared on top. I actually made a delicious stacked meaty sandwich for steak and butter guys, so you can really be so versatile. So let's get started.
For our flatbread recipe, we only need 2 ingredients. The first ingredient is going to be cottage cheese, and I chose this brand Good Culture for its clean ingredients and for the fact that they do offer a whole milk option with higher fat. But of course, you can choose whatever brand or cottage cheese you prefer. And for the second ingredient, we just need some chicken eggs. And for every 2 cups of cottage cheese, you will need 4 chicken eggs. So this whole container of cottage cheese is actually 2 full cups. But if you want to cut the portion in half, you can just do 1 cup of cottage cheese and 2 chicken eggs. Before we start the batter for the flatbread, let's first preheat our oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Now we're going to combine our 2 ingredients and mix well. I'm using a food processor here, but you can also use a blender or mix it manually and beat it until completely smooth. We're going to also crack in all 4 of our eggs and we're going to start blending all the way up until it becomes a nice, smooth, creamy batter like this. And as you can see, I am carefully pouring our batter onto a baking sheet that is lined with parchment paper. It really doesn't matter how carefully or not carefully you pour your batter. I purposely let it just naturally fall into whatever shape it needed to have that beautiful flatbread outcome. By now, our oven should be preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, so we will transfer our flatbread into the oven and we're going to bake for a total of 40 minutes.
It looks amazing. Oh yeah, this is gonna be good.
On the same day that we cooked this flatbread recipe, we also took a road trip to Montana, and we definitely packed a lot of our favorite snacks, the Carnivore Bar. These are great for road trips, traveling, or when you have to eat when on the go. This can even be treated as a meal replacement as a high-fat carnivore, and I love my unsalted bars, whereas Steak and Butter Guy absolutely loves their honey barbecue bars. The unsalted Carnivore Bars has only 2 clean ingredients, grass-finished beef and grass-finished beef tallow. It has this nice crunch, yet a very nice creamy beefy flavor as well. If you guys would like to check out these Carnivore Bars, I've linked them down below in the description box, and you can use the discount code SBGAL for 10% off.
Hi there. Always by our feet.
Oh.
Right? Oh my gosh. Now, if that's not a flatbread.
It smells so good.
Wow. Oh wow.
You see that?
That is so cool.
Is it gonna be like nice and chewy and stuff?
I really hope so.
So I didn't really love how the top of this flatbread looked, so I'm going to show you a way to make it look absolutely gorgeous and have that beautiful sear that most flatbreads have. So we're going to transfer the parchment paper and the flatbread to a cool, dry surface, and we're going to let it cool down. Then we're going to flip over the entire flatbread and we're going to cut it into pieces that we would like. You can do circles, triangles, squares, whatever you prefer. And then we're going to sear it in some animal fat on a hot pan. This is going to give it those perfect irregular seared marks on our flatbreads. Here's what the flatbreads look like after I cut it up and did a nice sizzling sear. So I basically just preheated my stainless pan, greased it up with beef fat, but of course you can use bacon fat, duck fat, butter of course, to sear your flatbreads. And wherever I pressed down with my fingers over the flatbread while it was searing on the pan is where you see those irregular seared brown marks. So it gives that really beautiful flatbread look, and it basically just took 60 seconds total for each piece to sear. These flatbreads are excellent, enjoyed the next day or even 2 days after. They really age so well and they maintain their doughy, chewy texture. So as you can see, they're very malleable, very foldable. Turn it into a wrap or a sandwich, or just enjoy it alone with some butter spread on top of it or as a side to some hearty soup or broth. So I'm preparing a nice meaty sandwich for on the go as we go take our road trip to Montana. And so I put some mustard for steak and butter guy, some sugar-free turkey slices on top of that. And because steak and butter guy is animal based, I put plenty of slices of fatty avocado and then a couple pieces of basil. Of course, for all of my strict carnivores watching like me, you don't have to put any greens, no avocado, just have as much fatty meat, sauces, maybe even some cheese in there if you want. But for steak and butter guy, because he is animal based, he feels great regardless of adding some greens here and there and the avocado fruit. He is able to enjoy more variety, and he does need it to stick to this lifestyle. So I am happily making an animal-based sandwich for him, and I saved a couple slices for myself to enjoy plain. I'd love to know if you are more strict carnivore or if you're more animal-based. Feel free to share what works for you down below in the comments. So I ended up packing this sandwich in the basil container. It fit perfectly. And I just wanted to share that this flatbread is so great for new carnivores because you can stack and fill it up with as much fatty meat and whatever cheesy fillings you want for a delicious carnivore meal on the go.
Speaking of being new to a carnivore diet, I always try to bring up that electrolyte imbalance is very common and happens to almost every carnivore adapting to this lifestyle. So even if you're coming from a ketogenic diet or a more low carb way of living, when you go fully carnivore, it is normal to have symptoms like muscle fatigue, muscle soreness, headaches, overall lower energy. And a lot of carnivores fix it simply by eating more salt. If you just want a quick fix, rely on a high quality electrolyte supplement to balance out your electrolytes. This is the one that I always recommend. It is from the brand called Element right here, LMNT. And specifically this blue teal bannered box labeled raw unflavored. And it has all three of the electrolytes measured out for you in each little packet. This is what each of the little packets look like. Rip one open, pour it in your beverage, drink it up, and you're good to go. You all can get a free sample pack with any purchase, and it does include the raw unflavored version by going to the URL shown on the screen, drinklmnt.com/SBGAL. I've also linked them down below. He's being a good boy. He knows that when he does this little face, whatever this is, we'll give him food.
We'll give him carnivore flatbread.
Yeah. You like? Oh, he like.
He loves.
He loves. Hello, sir.
Oh my god, you're gorgeous. Have we met before?
I'm sorry, today we are called the Bella Standing Cafe.
Bella Standing Cafe, gotcha. Today I'm a bit of a traveler. I'm on the go. So I'm thinking, maybe something that's easy for me to pack up and take with me for the road tomorrow as well. So what do you have for me sandwich-wise?
I have just a recommendation for you.
Oh, do you know?
A zero-carb flatbread turkey mustard sandwich.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah?
That sounds really delicious. I'll take the sandwich. I'll take an animal-based sandwich with no butter. No butter.
Did you not enjoy the butter last time?
The amount of butter I had last time is gonna carry me through decades, I feel.
Whatever you want, sir. Whatever you want.
Thank
Okay.
you. Also, could I get your number, please?
It's literally under wifey. But anyways, flatbread coming right up.
Thank you very much.
A few minutes later.
Sir, I've got your ready-to-go packaged meal ready
That's
for
beautiful.
you.
Thank you.
Now, if
Do I get to keep the box?
Of course.
Thank
I
you.
reused a basil box. Sorry about the plastic. We don't have any paper boxes today.
No worries.
And I threw in a free slice of flatbread.
Oh wow, thank you so much. That looks really nice.
Yeah.
Is there like 50 tons of butter in this? It looks very buttery.
There's actually no butter in that at all.
Really?
Yeah, I did a little sear on beef fat.
That's awesome.
Oh my gosh, it smells so good. And we traveled 7 hours with this. And it smells very fresh, very fragrant. Look at that. So this is absolutely like flatbread. It's so pretty. Ugh, looks like the real deal.
Can we eat now? I'm really hungry.
Wow. It smells so good. And by the way, guys, you can feel free to add herbs and spices into the mixture before baking it. So actually, this could be made into a tongyobing easily.
Yeah, it's very firm too.
Guess the second ingredient besides egg. It's a dairy product that I've actually never used before anyway.
Cream.
Oh, it's caffeine.
Heavy cream.
Close.
Never used before.
It's type of cheese, but it's a very specific type of cheese.
Raw cheese. I don't know.
Cottage cheese.
Cottage cheese?
Yeah, so it gives it like this
I love cottage cheese.
gooey, like almost floury batter.
But it's very firm. And also,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you probably won't be able to see, but
They
it's kind of like layered. There's like little
beautiful.
foyer. Some little foyer, you know, some
I
like
know.
milled foyer, like a real
No,
pate
it's
sahi.
got the yeah. Oh, you forgot to say that today. The spongy chewiness of a real, like, look how real this looks, guys. It folds like a flatbread.
I
Okay.
think you can make a lot of stuff with this. Is the
It's-
coolest thing.
Chewy and spongy like a flatbread.
The thing I like about this is you can do so much with it, right? Like you can make a sandwich, you can make a gyro. Like I could totally see someone doing like meatballs and just wrapping it up like a gyro,
Exactly.
right?
You can dip it in carnivore soups, like as a flatbread side.
Yo, that
You know?
sounds good.
Oh, by the way, I asked in our pancake video, which I hope you guys enjoyed. If you made it, tag me on Instagram still with all these recipes. I love seeing it. I didn't always love cooking though, but because there's something about the fulfillment that I feel watching him enjoy each of these gourmet meals that I've been making, and also trying it myself and just seeing the beauty of what you can make from real animal foods. It's very fun. Now I love it.
I've been making more gains too ever since we started cooking this stuff.
That is a fact.
That's a fact. That's fact.